I've just received this really sweet order of some stickers that I ordered yesterday, only yesterday, and they've arrived the next day, which is amazing. I had a look on Etsy and I found this shop called Scandiatic, so you can check that out if you need any scrapbooking supplies. These were paid for with my own money, it's not an ad, I just thought I would show you what I got. So I'd mentioned before that I'm going to use my scrapbook for the summer holidays, and after a bit of an issue with the first printer I bought, I'm now waiting on some ink and paper coming for the new printer that I've bought. So I'm itching to get started. I can't wait to get started. This is like torture. I've got everything I need apart from the photos. So I got some stickers. So these are strawberries. It says strawberry and banana ice cream. And obviously I've been having strawberries out of my garden. I've made jam and stuff. So I thought they would be great for photos relating to that or anything to do with my garden. And they're very, very cute. And I got lots of flowers because I thought they will make great accents on the pages. So these are retro flowers, and another pack of little sort of painted flowers, and this one is all about ice cream because this seems to be the summer of ice cream. I'm a bit obsessed this year, so I'm definitely going to have a big spread of ice cream pages. So I'm going to open these up and show you what's inside. Greenhouse looks a bit fuller than the last time you saw it. I got given some cucumber plants, so these are looking good. These are called piccolo, so I think they're going to be little ones, so I can probably pick those quite soon, and it's doing a good job of climbing all over the place. And the tomatoes are doing amazingly as well. I've never had so much success with tomatoes. I think nearly all of my plants have got fruit on them, and we grew a couple of plants from seeds, and I was given some from some friends at Falkland Palace. This is another cucumber plant, which is not as quick as the other one. This one's a gherkin plant, so I don't know if it's going to be any different to normal cucumbers. But these are some little peppers that I planted as well. A bit slow, I don't know if I'll get any fruit this year. I got this tub full of tomatoes from the food warehouse a few weeks ago, and I saw it as a little mini greenhouse, so I planted it up with some basil. It's keeping it nice and warm in there with a lid on it, so it's perfect. So that will be great. I will show you my little greenhouse outside as well, because it's full of tomatoes too. It's like a jungle in here. My roses have done well. This white one has been flowering lots, and this little one here, and this is the one I got at the garden that I went to at the end of my June vlogs, and I didn't think it would flower this year, but it has, and it's got loads of buds on it. This is Olivia Rose Austin, I think it's called. I'm really happy with that. It's a bit of a wet day today. I've got some lovely cornflower as well. These are really dark ones. This is my salad pot that I planted in my June vlogs, and I keep forgetting that I've got a radish here to harvest, and I think it's the only thing I'm going to get out of this salad pot. There's no salad left for me at all, and the radishes haven't done very well either, so it's something that I'm not going to have much success with. These are pumpkins. Lots of flowers going to happen in there, no little fruit yet though. And we've got some little yellow courgettes here. These ones are in the ground, so they're doing a bit better, and I did actually come out to pick a big courgette, but I've gotten really lazy and kept doing other jobs, so there is the big one that I'm going to pick. I'm going to go and cook that up just now. Hello and welcome to another one of my summer vlogs. I'm Rachel, I'm Sorry Me, and you probably have seen me on Instagram where I'm at Sorry Me, and I've got quite a few videos on YouTube now as well, and I also have an Etsy shop where I'm Sorry Me UK. My shop is open, although I'm not doing any sewing to restock it at the moment. There's plenty of things left in there. So this is my sort of second big summer catch up, so I just thought I would do a wee video because I've got a few things to show you, a few things that I've been working on and a few things to share, so that would be a good time to make another video. We are currently, it's the 29th of June, it's a Monday, so we are currently in our last 3 weeks of the school holidays. 3 weeks to go, 3.5 weeks I think. I know for England some of you just broke off last week, so this will be your first full week, so you've got the whole of your holidays ahead of you. We have been taking it really slow this year, which has been nice. We had a little bit of a heat wave last week, but it didn't really amount to as much as I think southern UK had. We had some very muggy days, 1 or 2 days that were sunny as well, which was nice. And then at the weekend there we had quite a bit of rain and the temperature really dropped, so it went from feeling like 28 degrees when it was the heat wave down to 17 at the weekend, so it was quite nice to not be so hot and uncomfortable. Although the weather's kind of turned a bit now and we've got a bit more rain forecast, which I don't like at all, hate that. We've got a sunny day tomorrow I think, so that's good. The garden is just exploding into life. My Roald Dahl David Austin rose is just heavy with blooms. It's just, I'm actually having to cut a few off because of the weight of them. It's just hanging over, so I've been bringing them in and popping them into little vases, which has been nice. And the cosmos is blooming, and I picked some courgettes last night to cook, so everything's doing quite well. Well, mostly everything. The snails have managed to eat all of the second lot of beans that I planted. They ate the first lot as well. And the salad bowl that I sewed up a few weeks ago, or a few months ago in the June vlogs, has produced pretty much nothing. I think there's one radish that I'm going to have to try and remember to pick. But it's just been a disaster. I cannot grow salad leaves here at all, they just get eaten, which is very frustrating because that's one of the things that I would use all the time. So it's very frustrating, but the garden is still full, so there is plenty of other stuff that's managing to grow. So I'm trying to be positive and look on the bright side. I guess we all have problems in our gardens, don't we? But we can all grow some stuff. Anyway, I will give you a bit of a catch up on what I've been making. I do actually have a few things to show you this time. My crafty mojo has come back. Yay! So the last time I showed you that I'd bought the craft pod kit that had the bee embroidery in it, and a lot of you have then gone on to buy it because you saw that I had it as well and you like the look of it. So we can be working on this together, so feel free to share your progress with me if you're on Instagram. Tag me in a pic. So here's mine. I've just finished the ring. There's my needle minder. Yeah, it holds my needle. It's fallen off at the moment. So I finished the wreath, the ring, the flowers. I like the buds because they're full of little French knots. And I've just yesterday started on the bee's legs and his eyes. I'm a bit nervous about doing the bee because I don't want to mess it up, because if you kind of mess up, flowers don't look right, it's fine, but if like animals and insects and things don't look right, then they just don't look right. So I'm a bit nervous about that, so I'm going to read the instructions. The instructions are really good. I'm not an embroidery expert, but I mean it's mostly just straight stitches and the French knots. I'm lucky enough that my friend in real life showed me how to do French knots because I could never ever get the hang of them. But I've got the hang of it now. There's probably loads of videos on YouTube as well if you need any help with those. But yeah, there are loads of instructions in this. And you can get embroidery stitches online, and I do have an embroidery stitch book as well. But like I said, they're all really basic in here. Most of them are just straight stitches, apart from the French knots. So I was working on that when I first got it. And then I had a little break because I had been sitting out in my garden a lot, obviously, and some of my flower pots were just looking so beautiful, and this one kept catching my eye, and it was beautiful big pink cosmos, and there were pink sweet peas in there too, but the sweet peas had like the two flower petals, one was really pale pink and one was really dark pink on the same flower head, so it just kept catching my eye. It was so pretty. And then just behind it was a blue cornflower coming out, and because I was in an embroidery mood, I just was itching to sew what I could see. So I grabbed some supplies and I used my fabric pen that I like to use to draw on fabric, which I've showed you before. It's a friction pen. I actually don't know what I've done with it at the moment. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's probably down the side of the couch because it's not on my desk and it's not in my boxes that or bags that I'm using to store stuff. That's slightly worrying because I use that pen all the time. So anyway, yeah, I just started to sew what I could see, and then it grew and grew and grew, and this is where I am now. So this is the cosmos, which I think turned out really well actually. When I was stitching it, I was a little bit worried about how it looked, and then later on in the evening I looked at it and I was like, oh, the colours kind of actually do work quite well, and it does look like a cosmos. I did the sweet peas. I'm not really happy with that one at all. That one looks okay, that one not happy. That's another cosmos that hasn't opened. This is the cornflower, really happy with that. And there were some of these little daisy type flowers, I'm not sure what they're called. You get so many flowers that look like that, don't you? But I just love them. And of course I had to add some lavender because my lavender was looking beautiful. And my sunflowers hadn't opened at this point, but they have now, so I think I'm going to have to add in some sunflowers, and I think I just want to record whatever's in my garden, so I'll have to have a look and see what else is catching my eye. The hydrangea, the pink hydrangea is out as well, which looks great, so I might add something like that in if I can figure out how to draw it and how to make it look like what it's supposed to be. Then I'll have a go. But I'm really pleased with that because to me that is just my garden in summer 2019. So yeah, I'm pleased with how that turned out actually. And Joshua had been giving me really high praise. He was like, wow, that looks amazing. And then he wanted to try one himself, but he hasn't got round to sketching it out yet, so he may or may not get round to doing that. So I'm really pleased with that. So I did that for a while, became completely obsessed, Forgot all about my bee, and then just a couple of days ago I thought, well, I hadn't touched that for about a week, and then I thought I'm going to get on with the bee because I don't want to leave it half finished and then not finish it. I want it finished for the summer because, you know, the bee symbolises this summer for me, really. So I pulled out one of my really old pouches. This is how I used to make them. I think this is a pattern that you can buy. So I think the pattern tells you to do this, so you have buttons and you can wrap around the, oh god, I can't even do it, it's so fiddly. This is why I changed it. I can't actually do it while I'm holding it up. You wrap it around a figure of 8. Anyway, so I've changed it to the magnetic snap. So this is a very old one. This was probably one of the first ones I made, but I've just got all of my embroidery thread in there that I was using for my flowers, so that if I wanted to go back and do another one on here, I would have the same flowers, the same colours. And I've also got some scissors in there and another little needle minder. These are just great for holding onto your needles, and they look so cute because they're buttons. Who doesn't love a button? So my little embroidery hoop can fit in there as well when I'm not doing it. So that's just perfect storage, and it's perfect for just having everything to hand, really. I won't be making them anymore with the ribbon and the buttons, so please don't ask for that if you're ordering one. These, I haven't made them like this for quite a few years now. The metal magnetic snaps work so much better, and you can close them with one hand with the magnetic snaps as well. So that was just perfect for storing that one, and my bee is still in the cardboard box that it came in, just because it's easier to keep all the threads so I could see them at a glance, although the box is getting a bit tatty now, but it's fine for the job, it works just fine. So what else am I working on? I have started a new pair of socks I've cast on. I'm using this beautiful Nora George yarn, which is called Pink Grapefruit. The colour is, kind of how the colour looks actually, it's quite right. It's very pink, it looks a little bit more apricot-y on the screen, but it's very pink and very nice. Maybe, oh, you can't really see. Anyway, it's called Pink Grapefruit. And the socks that I am doing is the Rose City Rollers, because I just wanted some shorty socks. So you start at the cuff, which, well, isn't really even a cuff, you just knit and it rolls down all by itself, which is really nice. I've done the heel and the heel turn and the gusset, so I'm now just onto the toe, and I don't think I've got much longer to go before, no, I'm on the foot, I don't think I've got much longer to go before I can do the toe. I tried these on and they were a little bit baggy, but when I chose my needles I had decided to use 2.25s because I've been using 2.5s a lot lately, and I think my gauge has gotten a lot more relaxed because a lot of the socks I've made recently have been quite loose. So I wanted to go down to 2.25 for these socks, and when I tried them on and realised they were a bit baggy, I re-measured my needles and realised I'd picked the wrong ones up. So these are done on 2.5s, so I'm annoyed at that. I'm not annoyed enough to unravel them and start again on the right needles though. I really can't be doing with that. So I'll just keep these as, they'll do for like little house socks or something. They might be a bit annoying if I try and put shoes on, trainers on with them, they might be too loose. But yeah, I'll continue with that. Joshua would also like a pair as well, so I may do him a pair, I'm not sure. I might do. I think he would wear them. I need to make his now in roughly the same size as mine, because the ones I've been making him before have all ended up just a little bit too small. He had his feet measured and he was measuring about a 2, but when we went to buy shoes, he needed to get 4, size 4, and like trainers and things. I think the trainers were really small made. So I'm a 5, just about a 5, so I guess I do need to make them the same size as mine, which is quite a good thing because then they'll fit on all my sock blockers and I can measure them against myself as I go, and I know what the stitch count is and stuff. So yeah, I'm working on them. I've got one of my little new stitch markers on there that I got from Suzanne. I showed you these last time. She sent me those as part of a little gift, and I've got a whole little bag of pretty stitch markers here, and I'm using my Ollie and Bella bag. This is one that Cherie gave me, I think it was for my birthday. So Ollie and Bella, I've got my little pin on there that Jules sent me in June, and I've also popped in here the little lavender bag that Jules sent me as well, because I think it's so nice to have something scented in your bag, because when you are knitting and you're pulling your yarn out, the smell wafts out when you're pulling your yarn out, so it's just lovely. So yep, they are living in there at the moment. I haven't finished my rainbow socks yet. I've just kind of forgotten about those for now. I will get them finished. I'm so close to finishing them. I just have a few more rows on the leg to do. I think they're toe up, so I have a few more rounds. Are they toe up? I can't even remember now. Anyway, I have a few more rounds left. No, I think they're toe down. I haven't done the toe yet. Cuff down. So I have a few more rows to do, and then just a toe. So they're nearly finished. I don't know why I'm not just getting on and doing it. Yeah, I'm just not thinking about that at the moment. So that's what I've been making. I also spoke to you last time about my plans for doing a bit of scrapbooking in the summer, and last time I think I showed you my new printer that I bought, which was a sprocket, an HP sprocket. Well, it came with some printer paper and I printed some pictures off, and I was very, very, very disappointed with how they turned out. No amount of editing the pictures on my phone could make the colours come out nicely at all. I mean, this is a canal boat, and as you know, canal boats are nice, bright, vibrant colours, but I just felt it's so dull. I just couldn't get it to look nice. I mean, those trees should be proper green trees, and I was playing about with the editing, and it looks terrible. What else can I show you? I wanted to print out, this has been the summer of ice creams, so I wanted to print out all the ice creams I've been having, but the colours I just was not happy with at all. They look okay on the screen, but for me a photograph has to look like a photograph, otherwise what's the point? And they just weren't sharp, bright colours, and I was just really disappointed in them. And of course it cost a lot of money, so I got it from Argos, so I was a bit worried about whether they'd take it back or not since I'd used it. So I went in, and the girl on the desk didn't bat an eyelid. She let me swap it for another printer, no problem. So I didn't get the same one, didn't want the same one again. So I went for this one, which is called the Canon Selphy. You can get an app on this one, which is really good. This one prints photos that are, you know, proper photo size. I think is it 8x6? No, it can't be 8x6. 4x6 or something. So you can use an app to make them smaller. You can print them 4 to a page, 6 to a page, 2 to a page, whatever, using the app. So it's really easy. The thing with the other printer that I liked was the fact that they did come, all the photos were this size, and they're all on sticker paper, so you just peel that off and it's a sticker. But the fact that the Selphy lets you do that really easily anyway was a huge bonus. It's quite a bit bigger than the other one, but I don't mind that, that's fine. And so I'm really, really pleased with how the photos come out on that printer. They come out as you would expect photos to come out. They come out really good, and you know, a true likeness, and a million times better than the other one. I actually reprinted some of the same photos, so I reprinted the ice cream photos, so maybe I could just show you a quick comparison just to let you see what I'm talking about. I mean, that was the sprocket, and that's the Selphy. I mean, you can see the colour of the sky. It's, you know, that's not real colour, is it? It's not properly coming out at all. And just like, that's the sprocket, and that's the Canon. I don't know if you're actually seeing how different they look, but they do look really different in real life. And that's another one. You can just see the colours are just wrong, and that's the colour it should be. That's the colour it was on the screen, that's the colour I wanted it to be, and this is how it was coming out. So yeah, much better, much happier with my exchange product. That again is the sprocket, and that's the Selphy. So yeah, much happier, and I couldn't wait to get started with my sort of scrapbooking with the new one. But the new one, I needed to get printer paper and ink, so it's slightly different to the other one that I had, in that the sprocket you didn't need ink, the colours were already embedded in the paper somehow. So anyway, so yeah, I had to wait because I got the ink and the paper from Amazon. It worked out a lot cheaper. So as soon as my ink arrived, of course I printed out some pictures, and I couldn't wait to get started on my scrapbook, which I showed you last time. It's now starting to get filled up, which is good. I'm not brilliant at this. I don't feel very confident doing it, and I know that there's a very fine line between a page looking great and a page looking kind of rubbish. So, you know, I don't feel like I'm very professional at this at all, but yeah, I don't mind having a go. I'll have a go, and the only way I'm going to get better is by sort of practicing and stuff. So at the end of my June vlogs, you saw that we went to a garden and they had a rose sort of festival on, so I definitely want to capture some of those photos, and I did, and I've just sort of embellished the page with lots of other florals. So this was a big rose arch, and it was the longest interrupted rose arch in Scotland, and it was just beautiful. And I did try to print that off on the other printer, and it just looked terrible. I don't know if that looks as bad on the screen, but take my word for it, it looked terrible. So I've printed off some pictures, added washi tapes, and I still need to do a bit of writing here just to detail the day. I've got some stamps down here too. And I've got 3 pages done, so I want to definitely do the canal boats as well. I'm not 100% happy with this page. Yeah, just tried to mirror like the nice bright florals of the canal boat art. Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favourite. I think maybe because it's brighter colours and that, which aren't really me, that's maybe why I'm not so keen. And then this one, I just get a picture and just go with it, and I don't know, I didn't plan this beforehand, but I really like the way it came out. And I'd seen a lot on Instagram. I've been looking at Instagram videos of people journaling with loads of the papers cut out or torn out, and then just loads of stamps and the sort of vintage look to it, which I really like. And I mean, that has nothing to do with this photo really, but I like this page. I'm happy with this page, and I've just got these are little flags that came from the works, so I've just punched through the page and tied it onto the page with string. These are little flowers. I think I've got these in the works as well. I've got loads of craft supplies. And I just stamped on tissue paper, which was another thing that I saw on an Instagram video, which I liked. And there's nice washi tape and doilies. I like doilies. So I'm happy with that page. I like that one. These papers are from a book that I got at a craft sale. No, it was a vintage fair. I showed these in one of my vlogs. It was just a book of, I think it's Gilbert and Sullivan operas, so it's all music sheets, which are great for crafting. I've been wanting to get something like that for ages, and the whole book was £1, so that's going to be great for just little elements like that. I really like that. I would like to get some pages of text. I haven't found a book that has just got text in it that I could just rip up. I need to maybe have a look in the charity shops for that. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. I've got 3 pages done. I have set up a folder on my phone in my photos, and I've just called it Selfie, so those are the photos that I'm going to print out next time I get my printer out. I'm probably going to get it out later on today and just get some pictures printed, and that way when I have the urge to do some crafting I can come up and do another page in my scrapbook. I did buy some new supplies, which I should have popped a video in earlier on just to show you what I got. Some stickers. I got some other stickers as well. I just found them on eBay really cheap. I like the sort of heavily sort of layered pages like this, you know, just lots and lots of stickers. I really like that look. I know you can do things with quite a minimal look as well, but I think that kind of takes a bit more confidence to do. You know, to have the confidence to leave it quite minimal, and I'm not quite there yet. So this morning I came in here, it's been a tip in here, so I came in here and just started to tidy up a bit in my drawers. My drawers, I've got drawers full of stamps, which really do need to have a bit of a tidying up, and I've got a load of washi tapes as well, so I've tidied these up and put these in a box. I don't want to tip them all out, so that's tidied up, that's a lot better, and I can get to them. I'm going to try and figure out how to store my stamps a bit better. They're in a box at the moment on their sides, because it's in a drawer. Some of the sheets are too big to stack up, you know, just things like this. They're too big to sit on their sides like that in a drawer, so I'm not sure whether to find a different box and put it out on a shelf or what. I'm not sure what to do. I just need to have a good tidy up. Yeah, my desk is an absolute tip at the minute as well, because I've got crafting stuff everywhere, from paper crafting and the scrapbooking, and I've got been sent a few things this month as well, so I just wanted to keep them handy to show you. So yeah, I don't even, dreading the tidying up, I don't even know where to start. I just have so much stuff. I was watching Jules of So Sweet Violet's vlog the other day, and she gave a craft room tour. It's so tidy, like where's all the knickknacks and the stuff? I just have so much stuff that I don't want to throw it away. I keep, you know, I'm very like, probably a hoarder, and I keep sentimental things, or just things that I like, things that are cute. Yeah, I just have so much stuff. Anyway, so what else can I show you? I was reading this last time, I think. It's a load of rubbish. I really would not recommend this book at all. It was basically two best friends, male and a female. They both are in love with each other. They haven't told each other. It's a very much tale of sort of will they, won't they, but boy does it drag on. I think the book takes you halfway, and the whole of that first half is just one day, and the next night they're going to go out for dinner. So that's like a day. It's so boring. I'm surprised I persevered with it actually, because if I don't enjoy a book then I don't tend to manage to continue reading it. But it was fairly easy, you know, it wasn't strenuous to read or anything like that. It was just so boring and so like laborious, and I wouldn't recommend it. This one's going to the charity shop. If you see it in the charity shop, don't buy it. Yeah, it was really, really bad. Yeah. So I finished that one, and a couple of days ago I started this one, the Little Brooklyn Bakery. I'm really enjoying this one so far. I'm about that much through. Got a handmade bookmark in it. It's just a simple floral and then dots and a little bit of ribbon at the top. Yeah, this one Ali sent to me, Ali from Homebird Makes. I think I showed you this last time. I'm really enjoying that one. It's nice, and it's written in a way that makes me want to keep reading it, unlike the last one. And the fact that it's about food is another winner. So yep, enjoying that one. I'm struggling a bit at the moment to decide what to do when I have some time. Do I do my scrapbook? Do I do my socks? Do I do my embroidery? Do I read? Do I watch vlogs? It's like, I don't know what to do sometimes. I've got so much on the go now. But that is a big contrast to how I felt a few weeks and a few months ago, where I just wasn't really in the mood for doing any crafting. I think it's a lot easier once you've already started stuff though. Sometimes I think the hurdle is actually getting started and looking stuff out to begin. I think that's why I found it so easy to start that floral embroidery, because I knew that my stuff was all to hand, because I had stuff looked out already for the bee one that I was doing. So yeah, I've got loads on the go just now. I had received a couple of lovely packages this month as well, which was really, really nice, and really nice surprises actually. This first one was from Helen, who she was a customer, and I think she was a customer, and she had asked for my address. She said she was going to send something. So this arrived a few weeks ago, and she has chosen things that all come from the area that she lives in, and she's from a place, I think she's from Portstewart, Northern Ireland. Maybe she's not from there, I'm not sure. Anyway, the card is a picture of Portstewart, Northern Ireland, which is a lovely little harbour picture. And there's also a notebook which says on the back Port Rush, so I don't know if that's the same place or a different town or what. I actually looked at those and thought that was the same harbour, but no, I don't think it is actually. So this one is a notebook, and this has got really nice paper in it. It's almost like watercolour paper maybe. So that's going to be really good for, oh yeah, another thing I haven't started is my calligraphy practice. I just haven't managed to get around to doing that. So that paper will be lovely for that. That looks like perfect paper for using for that. So that will come in really handy. She also sent a little gift for me, and one of the same for Joshua. And look, it's a little woodpecker badge. Joshua was so thrilled with that. If you've been following my vlogs, you'll know that we had the woodpeckers in our garden last month, which was really exciting. And I did see one the other day, just in the tree over the fence in the woods, so they're still about. And there was this lovely little painted rock. I don't know whether Helen did that herself or she bought it from somebody locally. And she also sent me these lovely handmade soaps that were made locally to her as well. It says here, made in Northern Ireland on the Causeway Coast from the Soap Shack. So it's lavender, mango, rose and lemon, and I've got one in the bathroom at the moment which is lime and basil, and they smell so good. The scents are really strong, so if I wash my hands with it I can really smell it for a while, so they are really lovely. And just the fact that they all came locally, it was so nice. It was kind of a really thoughtful gift package that Helen put together, so thank you very much, Helen. I can tidy them away now. And I received another package. This one is from Jeanette, and Jeanette has just started a vlog, and she had a bit of trouble getting her video done, so I said I would help her out, and I helped her out, and she's got her videos up now. I'm going to pop on the screen the name of her vlog. It just comes under her name, which is Jeanette Clegg, but she calls herself Crafty Cleggs. I will put a link in the box below to her YouTube channel, so if you want another vlog to watch, then go over and join Jeanette. She's just starting out. I think there's only 2 or 3 vlogs there so far, but I am looking forward to keeping up with Jeanette and seeing some of her makes. So Jeanette sent me, we've got some sweeties. Someone has their eye on those already, of course, and I got some stitch markers which I absolutely love. These are from Chapel View Crafts, who I follow on Instagram, so I've seen her lovely makes before. So it's shortbread, which is totally appropriate because I'm Scottish, and a little cup of tea. How cute is that? Absolutely love that. And I love the fact, I don't know whether it's just a coincidence that the shortbread is Scottish or whether she got that on purpose for me. They are so cute. I love those. Thank you, Jeanette, they're so sweet. And Jeanette also made me a project bag, and the theme on it is bees. It's so lovely, it's really, really beautiful. Make honey, not war. HRH, queen bee, lover bees, saver bees, make a buzz, plant flowers. So again, totally in keeping with the summer of bees. And there's a pocket in there, and it's got little cats stitched on it. So this is very me. Thank you, Jeanette. I absolutely love this. It's a really good size as well. So that will take a couple of skeins. That'll be good when I'm doing my 2 at a time socks. And I've got some bulky balls of wool to go in with those. So that is just gorgeous. Absolutely love that. So I've been a very lucky girl. Oh, and on that note, actually, I got a card through the door the other day from Royal Mail saying that there's a parcel at the sorting office for me. However, it's come from overseas and there's a customs charge on it. So I just want to make you aware, if you're sending anything from, well, I know America counts. I don't know what other countries will incur a customs charge. I'm not, I feel a bit weird saying this, but if you want to send me anything, just please check, because the charge on this parcel is £16 that I have to pay to go and collect it. I googled the customs charges, and apparently the only way to avoid a customs charge is to put on the label that it's personal belongings. Even if it's marked as a gift, it will still incur a customs charge. So I just want to make you aware of that if you were intending to send me anything, that I might get a big charge. And I mean, this is the first one I've had, it's the only one I've had from America, so if there were to be lots, then I can't afford to go and collect them all. I can't afford to pay £16 each time I get a parcel. So if you're from America and you want to do something nice for me, just sort of think about what you could do that's not going to cost me £16 each time. I don't mean to sound totally ungrateful, and I probably do sound a bit ungrateful, but that's quite a lot of money to spend. I haven't picked it up yet, I just haven't had the time. Maybe we will manage today or tomorrow. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of make you aware of that. We went to a car boot sale a few weeks ago, so I thought I'd show you what I bought. It wasn't great, to be honest, but I did find this cute little vase. How sweet is that? Well, it's not a vase, it's a jug, but of course I'll be using it as a vase. and as soon as I got home and gave it a wash, I had it filled up with some nice flowers already. There have been loads of roses in the garden, and I've been cutting them before they drop all their leaves in the garden, their petals, so it's been lovely to have that full of flowers, and I've been looking for something just like that for ages, so I'm really pleased with that. And that was only £1. I think it has a few stains on it, but it doesn't really matter. So that was a good little find. I think that was all we bought at the car boot sale that day. Oh dear. I've just been thinking how lately we've been a bit more active in our holidays. We've been going out on our bikes a bit more and just sort of making the effort to go out for a walk if we haven't been out that day. And I've also restarted the yoga that I do. I do yoga with Adrian. You can find her on YouTube. She is amazing. If you're thinking of trying yoga and don't know where to start, go and look at Adrian's videos. She's got videos for everything, everybody, every type of feeling, everything. She also has, for the past 3 or 4 years, done a programme every January, and it's a 30-day programme, so you just do day 1, then day 2, then day 3. So the one I'm doing this time is the one from this year, I think. It was from January, and it's called Dedicate. And oh, it feels so good to be back to doing yoga. I used to do yoga every day, and I don't know when I stopped, but I stopped, and it was really silly to have stopped. So I want to get back into doing that again. I think when I do work, when I go back to work, I find it quite difficult because I need to do my yoga first thing in the morning. I don't want to do it any other time of the day, so to do it first thing in the morning means that I don't get to start work straight away in the morning as well, which is a bit of a sort of conflict really, because I think I need to be productive and get on with some work, but then at the same time the message I'm trying to give is to take time for yourself and to do your yoga basically. So yeah, I need to take my own advice, and sometimes it's just best to do what you know you need to do. So I've been enjoying that this week. I just did day 6 today, which was, well, day 6 is always, you always work on your abs a bit, so I kind of dread day 6, but day 7 is always a very, very relaxing day, so the next time I do it will be great. Obviously I'm trying to do it every day from home. If I'm not at home, if we're having a day out or something, then I don't sweat it, don't worry about it, and just do it again the next time I'm free. Yeah, so I think that was everything I was going to show you. I've got a few bits of video to pop in here and there. Like I said, the weather's kind of turned a bit, so I have got some garden footage, but it's not as sunny as I would have liked. I'm not sure what our plans are for the next few weeks. Everyone is at home, so we're going to try and have a few family days out and stuff. We were at the air show on Saturday, Scotland's national air show. It was a bit cloudy, it was a bit rainy, so some things got cancelled, but some things did fly, so that was a nice day out. And we ended up in North Berwick at the end of the day because we were over that way, so we had fish and chips and ice cream. And like I said before, this is definitely the summer of ice cream. We've been going to a lot of new places nearby. We seem to have so many nice ice cream places near us, it's great. And a particular favourite flavour that's new to me was the Lotus Biscoff. I had that, it was amazing. It had bits of the spread in it as well as bits of biscuit. Oh, definitely my new favourite flavour. I've seen that one before, but I hadn't tried it. So we were somewhere new and I gave it a try, and it has been all I can think about for ages. I haven't seen the flavour again, but there's an ice cream parlour in a town not far away, and that's where the ice cream came from, so hopefully we'll give that a visit as well. So yeah, I'm just on a mission to try all the ice creams. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the rest of the day is going to be like today. I need to go to the post office. I've had some orders. I was checking through my shop and realised that a lot of my stitch markers had gone out of stock, even though I have stock of them. So I've updated all that, so if you look in my shop again, you'll see there's twice as much stitch markers as there was. For some reason I just hadn't updated the quantities of what I did have, so I've updated all that, and I've made loads of stitch markers, so they're all ready to be posted. So yeah, I think I shall leave it there. I hope you're having a nice summer. feel free to let me know what you've been up to, if you've got any nice plans. Unfortunately we won't be going on holiday, which is a bit sad, but at the same time I do feel a bit sort of the thought of leaving the garden and leaving Tilly makes me a bit anxious, so I would rather just be here and then I can look after everything. Yeah, the weather over the next few weeks looks a bit rubbish, so I'm hoping we get some sun. I'm hoping the weather report is just being a bit pessimistic, saying rain, when actually it's going to be quite dry for most of the days. If it's going to rain in the evening, it usually shows us rain, but then the whole day's dry, so hopefully that's just what they're showing. There are a few things that we want to do, a few places we want to go to, so fingers crossed we will manage that. I think now I'd better get on with a bit more tidying up because I'm in the mood, and if I don't do it now then it will never get done, basically. So this is just another little check-in for the end of July. There will probably be another video in a few weeks when hopefully I'll have a bit more to show you, and I might have some finished objects to show you as well. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Have a nice summer. Bye bye. This is what I'm making with the courgette that I picked out the garden. It's just sliced courgette, sliced red onion and sliced potato, all layered up in the pan, and then you pour over a tin of tomatoes mixed with some garlic. I forgot to add pesto in, so I've just dotted it on the top and spread it over. And it's just having its last 10 minutes in the oven, and I put some cheese on top. This takes about 2 hours in the oven to cook. You have it covered first with tin foil to cook all your veggies. And once they're cooked you can take it off, and this is so delicious. I made this before with aubergines as well, and I can't remember if I used peppers, but you could use any vegetables really, and it's a great way of using up stuff, so I've always got courgettes lying about, so this is a really, really tasty dish. So it's just going to go back in the oven now. So here it is from the oven, all nice and bubbly and hot, and it's really yummy. And I'm just having it with some ready chicken steaks and a little bit of side salad.